Joining us tonight, we got Rock Butcher and Gold Eagle joining us tonight. What I'm planning on doing is we're going to go through this Brewer's Prospecting paydirt bag that I've been sitting on for a while. And we'll go through that. There's a guaranteed half gram in there. So it should be fun to pan through that and see what's all in there.
There you go.
We'll go through and say hello to some people in chat here, for those who are joining us. Starting back at the top, we got Ron F. Outdoors Adventures. We got Rock Butcher. She's great, right? We got Burkle Cerakote. We got Joey Brown. Graveyard Prospecting. Hello.
Mandy Brown's in the house.
Mandy Brown, how you doing? Tortuga Lisa. I mean, like I had some extra running around and errands I had to do before going live, and of course I didn't have a chance to eat dinner yet before going live, so it's kind of sitting in front of me.
Just turn on your pan cam and turn off that one. We'll still hear you.
Yeah.
New comment.
I figured we would hang out a little bit before just ripping into this bag of dirt and going through it.
There's Mark Miller in the house. Hi, Mark.
Hang out a little bit, chat.
See what I got in the mail today?
That turned out really cool.
That worked out nice, eh?
I ran over to the shop, and my boss is on his way to my buddy over there is on his way to Connecticut because his sister's getting married tomorrow. So he didn't have a chance to see it yet. We're gonna have to wait to the big reveal and see what we can come up with by Saturday. So we got to sit on that.
406 is in the house. Hi, Jim.
Hey, Jim, how you doing?
I see you got your thing back already.
Yes, I just got it today.
Sweet.
We're supposed to come tomorrow, but the good old US of A post office came through.
Well, the last couple of packages I sent out have gotten to their places like a day early.
Yeah.
Bobby in the basement's in the house.
Hey,
So I guess
Bobby.
want to start the new year off right.
What's up, Bobby?
Well,
I
it
got
looks
something
like,
pretty cool in the mail.
what you got? What you got, Charlie?
River Rat ended up sending this over to me. It's a piece of slab tiger's eye that came from South Africa.
Cool.
South
And
Africa.
with it, he also sent along one of these really cool South African bank bags.
Ah, right on.
Wow,
I thought that was pretty neat.
when you Charlie, when you start sluicing, you got to wet that tiger eye, and is it a lot different when it's wet, right?
Not much, but there are some like minute areas where you can see a nice thin band through it, and then there's some other spots where it's like clear and opaque.
Yeah,
They're really cool looking.
I know that stuff is nice. That's my next best next to Jasper.
Yeah, and I thought it was funny too because at the job site that we were working at for like the last 2 weeks, walking up and down the driveway, there was chunks of jasper like this laying in the driveway.
Huh.
I saw him and I'm like, Joe would be going nuts over this right now.
That's where I would take my rock hammer and I'd chop them up real nice and throw them in the tumbler. Nice little, nice size specimens that'll go in my tumbler. That would work nice.
Well, I'll try and find you a few. Send them over your way.
Oh yeah, that'd be great, man.
I know everybody
That way you
have
can know.
really close metallic looking bands that run through them as well.
Oh yeah, I got some nice pieces. I've showed them up there.
Interesting.
I got that white quartz with the jasper in it. That's nice. I like that. That tumbled out. I'm gonna have to get it for you now.
You're talking about Jasper, and Joe's got to pull it out. Yeah, that's a really nice piece.
Yeah. And I got this. I found this over here. I'm not sure. You it's hard to see. Let me see if I can't.
It looks like it's got some copper staining on it.
I think we talked about this before. It's red. There's quartz in there, but there's also that red rock, which I'm hoping that it might be jasper. Did you have to get in there, Charlie? I'm gonna tumble it up.
What was it?
I thought you were waving to get in there.
It doesn't look like the fracture pattern on the
No.
surface.
I was looking.
Like Jasper.
I was looking at chat.
Oh, all right. I don't know. I found it kicking down the rocks, walking around over here. So I figured, it looks out of the ordinary. So I pick it up, put it in my pocket, and I'll throw it in the tumbler, see what happens.
Yeah,
it's a hard rock.
Yeah. Yeah, see what happens to it.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard rock. Yeah. I just found out a friend of ours who lived used to live around here, moved down to Florida, a whole life pattern change and everything like that. Now she moved up to, I think she moved to Alabama or Georgia, something like that. And my wife wakes me up this morning. How did they get to your channel? How did they get to your channel? Why? Oh, because now the kid's 9 years old, and he's really into rocks, and she just put two and two together. She didn't know I had the channel.
Okay.
So my wife told her. So now the kid wants to learn. Maybe I'll send him some rocks after I tumble them. Other than that, same old crap. I've been trying to get around to. I was going to make a video, but I got up too late, and it just didn't. I don't know. I went to do something, and by that time the day was over with, and I never got around to making my video. But maybe we'll do it tomorrow. Either that, we're going to pan one way or the other. Either we'll make a video or we'll do it.
There wasn't
live.
much of anything going on around here. Like around here, I didn't even go to work today because the roads were that bad until just a couple hours ago when they finally got everything cleared up.
Oh,
really? You still getting snowed on? How much did you get?
By us, we got like 8 to 9 inches.
Oh,
you got that storm that barely hit us. We only got like
it came through here with a vengeance.
It missed us.
It was heavy, wet snow.
Yeah. I can't believe that we didn't get more snow over the last week. It was just hovering right just below freezing most of the time. And usually when it's like that here, we just get smoked with snow. Yeah, we didn't get not a flake. Not a flake.
We haven't seen any snow, just a flurry or two, man. Yeah, nothing.
We've had a bit, but just that one big storm. But even then, that wasn't a whole lot, I think the pile of snow at the end of our driveway is maybe 3 feet tall, and normally it's high enough that my wife can't see over top when she's backing out, which is always fun.
So, Charlie, I wanted to ask you a quick question. I'm thinking of buying a laptop tomorrow. So if I do that and I set up my laptop and try to do things from YouTube side and all that, can I get control from YouTube in that sense, since I'm only at 250 subscribers?
What are you asking to do?
See, I still use StreamYard even on my laptop.
As soon as you get it,
I've never actually streamed through YouTube. Everything that I've ever done has been on StreamYard.
Yeah. But I mean, can I have any kind of control from the YouTube side at all? Probably not.
Oh, you're talking about, for example, making that lady an administrator?
Yeah,
yes, you could do that if it's your channel.
Yeah, being able to pin that link up on the dang screen so I don't have to keep inserting it into the chat.
Yeah, I don't know how to pin it to the
the
first thing you want to do.
The way that this is on my computer. How I make moderators is I have my cell phone up with YouTube on it. And then I just click their link or their name, and then like it brings up a menu, and then like down at the bottom you can see like remove moderator. Usually when you click on somebody's name that isn't a mod already, it'll say add moderator right there, and then you click that. And then like for when I put my StreamYard link in there, if you click next to them, you can also see where it says replace pin up there. Second option. There it would be pin message, and you click that and it pins it right to the top of your chat.
That's all in StreamYard?
That's the way I do it.
That's in StreamYard?
No, this is on YouTube.
Oh, it's YouTube.
This is on YouTube.
Oh, all right. Because what you can also do is what I do is I have StreamYard up here now, which we're on, and I have another tab open with the YouTube connection on it. So I can go back and forth between YouTube and StreamYard. There's a delay in there. We all know that. But
on a computer,
you need to do on YouTube, you can do it from your laptop.
But you're already on the computer,
from your laptop.
Yeah, you would just have to sign into your YouTube account on your laptop.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because right now I only Joe.
If you're going to get,
someone like me that has two-step authentication that there's a bunch of other emails and stuff that you'll have to answer and punch the codes in to let it recognize that your laptop is one of the devices connected to your account.
Yeah, you might have to wait that 24 hours with a new device.
Right. That's why I'm looking into it now, because I've been I did a live earlier today that since it looks like I'm staying stable on 250, that I'm going to probably do my giveaway towards that 28th or so. So I've got a whole nother week to, set things up.
To make sure that the number sticks.
Yeah. I was 251 last night, and the YouTube police raided me and took one away, but I've been sitting at 250 all day. So I think I'm going to be okay with that.
I think the YouTube cops do that in the middle of the night when you're sleeping. Because the number of times I've gone to bed looking and saying, yeah, man, I'm at a 180. And then I wake up the next morning, I'm at 165. It's like.
Well, just the other day, Jim told me that, with your other affiliates over there, that my channel was up over 200. And I'm back at 196 again.
Yeah.
That night I got you up to 202.
Yeah,
I think I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
I never seen it yet, but when I went to look, I was back at 198, and now I'm back at 196 for some reason.
Yep.
I remember a guy making a comment in the chat saying, "Hey, I'm number 202."
Yeah, I remember something to that effect too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but
I'm glad.
Even when I hit 1K, I had to hit 1K 4 times before it finally stuck.
Before it stuck.
I'm glad they only took one this time instead of the 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So tomorrow I'm gonna officially put up a regular video, and then I'm going to talk about what all my different prizes are going to be and what's going to be the date and the time. So then that way everybody will know what to do, and then everybody has to watch that video. And if they want to be a part of that giveaway, then all they need to do is type 250 in the comments. Sweet and simple, just 250. And I'm only doing it for North America. I can't ship overseas. So unfortunately, I have to leave that crowd out.
See, now they're saying I'm at 204.
There you go.
Dang. Last time I checked you, Joe, you were at that 196. Well, maybe some of my accounts recounted for you. I don't know what's going on.
I have no clue what they do, so I don't even bother with it. When I get up around 210, that's when I'm sure I'll be at 200. Maybe I'll give something away,
There you go. That's a good cushion for it. Yeah.
Or I'll just start giving stuff away randomly. It doesn't make people there or what.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking if I get the laptop, not only will it make things easier, like you guys are telling me, with what I'll be able to control, but I can also pull up the doggone spinning wheel or whatever other little game thing and whatever, instead of having to go to the work computer, because we'll be hitting the 28th towards the end of the month. And we usually start picking up in our customer volume. Everybody's units are starting to come due from the 29th to the 3rd. So the computer in the front office might be too busy during the day. And if somebody's coming in to make a payment, I got to stop process. I might be better off getting that laptop tomorrow and being able to do everything in the room here and not have to, take the chance on somebody coming in and interrupting things. I don't want to interrupt because this giveaway is going to have probably up to 14 winners overall.
Nice.
So
nice.
13 or 14
Wow.
because I've got that many. They're just little items, whether it's the little scoop like this or the round pan, and the things that Eric gave me from Robinson Prospecting Equipment. And Mandy's got some things that she's offered up as well too. So, even if we're only doing, one little thing, it's something, and then we got a winner instead of there only being one winner for the whole kit and caboodle or whatever it was. Now we got 10 winners, 13 winners. It makes that a whole lot.
Everybody likes to win.
Well, I think
new names in chat.
I just figured it'd be a lot better, a lot more entertaining and engaging. And, maybe it'll help my subscription numbers a little bit if I wasn't staying on 250 or not. Or maybe it might help propel me to the next benchmark at 500.
I will tell you, typically when you do those gold giveaways, you will get an influx of subscribers when you get towards those giveaways, and then shortly after you do the giveaway, you'll notice that those same numbers drop. And it's because you'll get those.
Look at Mr. Diggs. He went from 153 to 232 in what?
I don't know what in the space of 2 months.
Not even in the space of a month.
Wow, that's good,
right? Yeah,
that's because I've been jumping on a lot of different live streams with a lot of other niches. The magnet fishers, the metal detectorists, the numismatics peoples, to Sasquatch chasing people, to you name it. There's been a few other groups I've been a part of, and I've gotten some subscribers from off of those as well too. So that's how my numbers really jumped up, because I got known by being in there several times, and there's been one or two of our usual people we see over in all these other groups as well too.
Hello, Mary.
So it's been pretty cool ride to get to 250. And I know it's going to get slower going to 500 because now I need another 250 people, and that's not going to come easy.
Yeah. Well, I know I've been slacking off putting the content in there because we mostly go live. I'm live on here a lot,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
going live really takes away from doing regular videos.
right, and that's what where you get subscribers from, and people, mostly everything. They don't want to just see your mug on here, you know, talking
That's why
away. You gotta do something.
I try to keep my stuff short so I don't have to be up there all the time. But sometimes I fail. It's like,
Well,
man, how does
what do
power?
you use? What do you use to edit your videos?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's in situ. It's as is.
You don't have the ability to add
What's up,
little
AP?
captions up there, and like 1.1.4.
Yeah. If I did, I don't know how to use it.
That's the thing I'm scared to even get
Look at
involved.
me,
I don't
man.
edit mine, man.
I probably got 35 years on you. I'm no computer whiz. I remember, I still got to dial up a rotary phone over there. So
I remember the
if I could do
the
it, you guys can do it, man. It's very easy.
All
You
right.
see
I
my
think-
videos. I got music in there, speeds it up,
Yes.
gets through all that nonsense that people don't.
Yeah.
The repetitive stuff,
Yeah.
washing and washing. When you're doing a 1 pound bag of pay dirt, that's a lot. That's
Yeah.
a lot of sloshing around in there.
Well, not only that, if you're classifying buckets,
Yeah,
and you're doing it wet, if you're
Yeah,
not
you only
classifying,
need one good shot if you dirt into a bucket, and then that's it.
what I do is
The
I
rest of the time, you can
utilize
just show
that
it sped up
time.
or cut it out.
Red slab height.
I utilize that time on the video to put music in there to break it up.
Yeah.
Put something lively on there. Try to keep their interest. Try to hold them there with the, they want to hear the end of the song, and then all of a sudden now you're weighing up and they got to stay. It's all how
and they want
mind
they want to see
manipulation.
and they don't want to see too much swirling around. They want to get to the end. Where's the goal? Where's the goal?
Oh yeah, sure.
But yeah,
they
I
want the
think
reveal.
I think all that'll come easier for me once I get the laptop. Then I'll be able to start looking at video editing controls and things and process that stuff. I just can't do a lot with the phone, or it's just not big enough for me to work with. And I figured I just use the phone for now until I ever do get the laptop.
I do all my videos on the phone. I do all my editing and everything on the phone. Don't even attempt to do it on the laptop. You're better off on the phone.
Really?
Everybody does their stuff on the phone.
Yeah,
Everybody.
it's way easier. They make, depending on the video editing that you get, like what I use is Power Director. Okay, but I paid
they're
for the
free over there.
VIP.
It comes with the music,
package at
comes with all the
$4.99 a
editing,
month.
everything.
It comes.
I
There's
use
over 2,000 different songs that you can use that are not copyrighted or anything like that you can use in your videos. There's different
public domain
intro pieces and other little snippets and clips that I look through on there as well. The breakdown on the platform for putting the video together is really easy and simple. There's tools that you can use to blend the scenes together. You can break down the audio, you can speed up, you can cut sections out of the video, completely delete them. I mean, it's simple. And I mean, I can go over it with you one of these days backstage and show you the setup that I have. And I can show you how to use that, so that way you at least have a basic platform to start.
Mary, I'm not so out of the crowd because I have done a heck of a lot of thinning in my last 20 years, so I'm almost right there with them. Mary said I was the only one up on the panel here that had some hair on the head. I'm the oddball.
No. See, what Mary doesn't realize is Jim has figured out how to set the light up that you can see the little hairs that
There you go.
look like they're gone.
Yeah.
His lighting highlights, and so you actually see it, so it looks like he has hair.
There you go.
And I fluff it up like this a little bit too, and just lightly pat it. So there. I got my comb over. Thanks for the comment, Mary. But okay, so y'all do a lot on the phone then. That's interesting. I probably would move up to an iPad or something, so at least my screen area would be a little bit bigger. Because if I'm going to do all that,
upgraded mine.
I
We
like
got
to
a
see
new
a little
guy in
bit
the
better.
house. Muckraker Prospecting. I've never seen the name before. Welcome, man. How you doing?
How's it
Unless
going?
I've just been out of it for a while. I don't know.
Muckrake's been in here before.
Oh, all right.
I've seen a few guys as of late, but the one you just said, I don't think I've heard of that one. But there's been a couple of new guys coming. Right, there's been a couple of new people coming into my feed suggestions that are relatively new because they don't have a high subscriber count at all. You know, they're like in single digit to 10s or 20s at the most. So there's been some new people coming along and through. So I'm glad to see that. So yeah, whoever you guys are, welcome.
Well, I guess
it could be worse.
Surveys and stuff that they've been putting out on the creator spots and stuff like that, because there's like surveys that they put out that they would like to see, like ask YouTubers and creators what they would like to see more of and stuff like that. And like one of the questions was, would you rather see people who have large amounts of subs, or would you like to see newer people? And I put on there, I'd like to see newer people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have all these people that have a bunch of subscribers already subscribed. So I would like to see content from newer people that are coming out and trying to get a foothold in there so we can help them out and help them grow as well.
Well, did any of you guys?
And that's the whole reason why, like, everybody that's in my chat, that's the reason why I give them a wrench. Because if they want to go check out somebody's channel, they can't. Just by clicking on their name, they can go check out their channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Mary, to answer,
and I give everyone that comes in a wrench.
Mary, if I let my hair grow too long and the wind starts blowing, then I have the rooster tail thing going up here. So I almost have coming from the back over. Go ahead, Joe. I didn't mean to cut you.
Did anybody check out the other night Flash in Your Pants live video with Carlos on there?
Yeah,
I was in there for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that was something else. That's something drew a lot of viewers to his channel there.
Mm-hmm.
He's nice. That guy, the whole crew was in there too. You know that?
Yeah, I saw them in chat.
Yeah, the girl was there.
Yeah.
And a couple of other. They didn't mention who they were, but they were from the show. I think one of them probably was Dustin.
Kayla was the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was only up in there for a little short time because when Oak Island came on, I ducked out. I had to go watch and see if they were going to find the money pit.
Yeah, we all know about you and Oak Island over there.
Well, you know, it's something my dad and I have a shared interest with. My dad and I had an estranged relationship for the beginning parts of my life, and we've really bonded a lot more since the latter half of my life. And there's very few things we've ever had in common. And watching Oak Island and the intrigue that's going in with that mystery that's so old and people are doing it, and now the science they're starting to put into it is the thing that really captivates us. And it's really nice that my dad and I can share in this kind of a treasure hunt thing, because treasure hunts have always been in that mix for me. And then also when Ben had his treasure out there, my dad told me about that since the location was somewhere out in the Rockies out here, and my dad's in Mississippi. So my dad sent me one of the Forrest Fenn book, Thrill of the Chase. So for 3 years, he and I collaborated back and forth trying to figure out the poem and worked on that, and really helped us to bond even more so and everything. So, you know, that's why I duck out. I got one of the guys was like, oh, Jim had an icon that did this when I mentioned Oak Island. I understood the comedicness of it, you know, but, you know, if people don't understand, for me, the draw for Oak Island, because, yeah, how many more spikes and ox shoes do we want to see Gary Drayton find? Not me. I'm sick of that. But still, it's the thrill of a chase. It's adventure. And that's what draws me, and that I have this bond now with my dad that I never used to have early in my life. I treasure that, and that's why I go out and I jump on, because we usually text each other, and it helps fill up the Tuesday. So I couldn't stay there.
Cool, man. That's cool. It's always good to have a bond with your dad. I wish both of my I got two sons. One of them is got problems. The other one I see all the time, and but it's hard to deal with it.
Yeah.
Life is too short to have any kind of nonsense, going on with family. That's how I feel about it, So,
I can say amen to that, Joe, because I've lost a lot of years that I wish I could have got back, as far as my relationship with my mother. And there's 3-year periods that I did not talk to her for 3 years. So that's a total of 9 years I've lost, and she passed 61. So that was back in 2008. I lost her. The last time any of us ever physically saw her was when she came and visited us not long after we arrived here in Colorado Springs. I came from being in Germany for 3 years and ended up having my duty station here. So 6 months later, my mother came and visited for the first time. That was the first time she saw us in 5 years from that even. And that's the last time we saw her physically ever, was in June of 2002. And thankfully, Garden of the Gods and other places we went out to here in Colorado Springs, and then taking her up to the top of Pikes Peak. Oh, she enjoyed all of it so tremendously. Going to the top of the peak was the pinnacle of her time being here. She treasured that a lot. That was her favorite one.
Yeah.
So, that's what never saw her. But I lost 9 years because I held grudges.
Damn. Well,
and that's not a good thing. And it's 9 years.
I try to tell young people that it's not worth it, especially, maybe I'm I'm gaining wisdom in my old age here. You face your
Well, that's
own
because
mortality, and it's not worth it. You're not going to be here for too much longer. My mother used to say, God rest her soul, is that we're only here on a visit.
Yes. And young people don't think about that and the finiteness of everything and how mortal we are. That's why they go at breakneck speeds with everything, and whatever they're doing, they believe is right. And then you can't tell them anything different. I experienced that from my young years. And, there's a few regrets, but thankfully I don't have real hard regrets. I just wish I would have done a couple of things different. But, like you say, get back with family, go check on them. If you got a broken bridge, try to mend it. Get the relationship going if you can. Yeah, it's absolutely true, Joe. Because once I became a grandparent, and I'm 56 now, and I understand what the pride of a grandparent has in the grandchild. I see that, but what I really see is, man, I've lived half of my life already. I've only got half of it left. And that starts to hit you, and you realize your mortality then. It's like, holy cow, how many more years do I have to do some hard work with this gold mining stuff? 30 years tops? So that's not a lot.
I'm trying to do, that's what I'm trying to do. I got into the community because I had a liking for gold and an interest in everything like that. And now I took a trip out there to Montana. I'm going down there to the big dirt fling that we're going to have in the springtime. You got to do what you got to do before you can't do it no more.
Charlie's not wasting any time.
You guys got to keep me quiet because I'm right. She went to bed, so I could be quiet.
Oh, sorry.
I gotta know it's me.
I just seen a comment in there from Detective that he's never seen snow. I might have to take my phone outside and jump on StreamYard to show him.
You got anybody at the back door or anything? I haven't heard any tongues or.
No.
I got a lot of comments I haven't looked at. I see
No, I
detectable.
haven't done anything yet.
Hey, Muckrake is in. I almost ended up outbidding him on Carolina Gold Girl, but I had to get that metal detector instead.
I was just telling them I got all kinds of stuff in the mail today. I got my
Hey,
new pinpointer.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, keep your eyes keep your eyes for the mail in the next few days.
And I also got my battery. Now I have two working metal detectors.
Sweet.
I was
still
gonna go
gotta
out.
order.
I wanted to go out today, but yesterday, but it wasn't quite warm enough. So we threw that idea.
Yeah, I bought the Equinox 8 and it came with an 11-inch coil. I wish it would have also came with a 6-inch coil. So now I got to go spend another $150.
See you later, detectable.
Take care, Detectable.
Charlie's got it down. He's starting to pat the top of the pan. He's moving some pieces.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Oh,
Nice smile.
you're gonna make Mandy Brown jealous.
How you doing, Jonathan? Nice to see you. We got a bunch of people in there. Let's see. Now let me switch
Which
back.
Jonathan is that? Jonathan Brewer?
It doesn't. Oh yeah.
oh, Jonathan Brewer, how you doing?
Yeah, we got 23 in here, I see. Now, up in the
I see Stacy's here.
upper left-hand corner, do you guys see that?
I could see an eyeball that says 17.
How you doing, Jonathan?
40 minutes and 18 seconds.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's what it is. It's the live viewers.
Yeah.
But how come if you run over to the other one, it says, oh, that's 23 likes, 18 watching now. Oh, I see. All right. Yeah. Okay. See, I'm learning as we do this too.
Yeah, that's probably the difference between what's YouTube is showing and
It
what
happens.
Yeah, there can be a little lag.
Yeah.
I see Mandy Brown's in there. I
Just
wonder if she
going
heard
through
my.
this real quick again, see if
I wonder if she heard my comment about her being jealous of what Charlie's getting in his gold pan.
There's T-Rep.
Yep. T-Rep. How's it going, T-Rep?
I got a whole bunch. I'm gonna be.
David Villa. There he is.
Yeah. Yep, Dave. How's it going? Wedge is in. Hey, Wedge Lab. These hobbies and things. How you doing? Yeah, I figured I just pop up.
I'm just cherry picking up some of these bigger.
I'm gonna put up a bunch of the stickers I got recently. Here's a new one.
Here, Mandy, you want to borrow mine? Half the time for me to see what's in a pan, I gotta take these things off and get my face way down in there.
And that one's signed.
There you go.
Oh, you guys.
There's a nice thing.
Great prospect. Oh, that's a nice one.
Enzo.
I got a bunch of. Hold on. I'm missing
Yeah.
some. Oh, here we go. I gotta redo all these things. I got so many of them now. Here's all my new genre.
Yeah, mom and dad magnets.
Old Danny Dip. I've seen a few of his videos.
I've heard his name.
Here's my guys.
Honorable Link.
He was on the other night. Brockton. He's a magnet fisher up there in Massachusetts, I take it. Oh, magnets and healthy minds. These are all shout outs, guys. Let's see, who's these? I don't know who these guys are.
Gosh.
I can't.
Rescue
Oh, okay.
magnets.
Yeah, they sent me a whole bunch of stickers. And online magnets. I'm going to have to start a magnet board. And we can't forget about Kratos.
Oh,
Yeah, I got tons of stickers here now. I even got another poker chip to add to the collection.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to cash these in. These are like $20 a piece, you know? And a magnet. And we got a little.
And there was some stuff in the plus class. Some nice chunky pieces.
oh yeah.
And we can't forget about this. This masterpiece.
Yep.
I'd be interested to see that all assembled, Joe, because I don't think I've ever seen one all assembled.
Yeah, I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it assembled. I can get some parts and put them in there.
No, wait till you get it all put together the way it's supposed to look, and that'll be.
Yeah. All right.
Stacy saying he needs some stickers from you, please, Charlie.
What's that?
406 Miner
Wow.
saying that he wants some.
We all do. If you notice,
Does Charlie have stickers?
Yeah, it's just right now trying to get anything out and being home for shit. Like I said before, today the roads weren't cleared up until about like 5 o'clock. And then during the rest of the week, Monday through Friday, I'm at work from 6 o'clock in the morning until 5:30 at night.
There you go. So
By the
thanks,
time I
man.
get home, the post
you know, this
office is
Saturday,
closed.
I'm-
this guy is nuts. You know,
Everything.
that's not even him on there. He took some random picture of somebody.
Thought that was Bobby in the basement. You
That's
tell
not
me
him.
If it's Bobby, it's an awfully clean shaven head and whiskers and everything clean shaven.
That's
Bobby.
not him. He took some random guy standing there.
I was looking at that too, thinking, it doesn't really look like him, does it?
It ain't him. That's why I said he's nuts. And we got one of these.
He's in here somewhere. Throw the camera for research only. Bobby's in here somewhere. He was earlier. I don't know if he's still around.
Yeah, I seen him. Oh, we forgot about this guy.
Oh, I don't know who that
Well,
guy.
looks like I got you.
I think he got kicked off of TikTok for being obscene or something like that.
Maybe.
Where's Jericho at tonight?
He's probably studying. I think he's back in school.
I have no idea. Alrighty then. Let me get this moved out of the way here somewhere. Right now, so we can get scales
What's
and
happening
the
in the
drying
chat
can set
there?
up quick.
Oh, Bobby's having dinner.
I see Eagle Eye made it in. How's it
Oh,
going?
my back.
Eagle Eye. You get me confused with myself.
Oh, Eagle Eye.
I get confused every time I see it. I'm like, no, okay, that's not true.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah. Okay, Charlie, whatever you do, don't do what Jericho did last live and drop it all over the carpet.
That's right. He sure did.
Burned his fingers and dropped it.
Yep.
Mandy, I believe he's doing Jeff Brewer's bag.
Yes.
Yep.
Half gram guaranteed.
It's a bag I got quite a while ago. It's been sitting on the shelf. I didn't really have much planned for tonight, so I figured I'll go through some dirt and see what we can get.
Remind me, I got to be quiet, guys. Remind me.
Joe and Jim, I was telling Charlie earlier in the back room before you guys joined, I got an interesting phone call today from one of our YouTube collaborators. Somebody had been watching his channel, and this guy's got a gold project and a copper project down in Arizona, and he wants me to take a look at it for him. It's like on a professional level. So thing is that we've swapped email addresses, and I've said, all right, send me everything you got in confidence, of course. If he wants me to sign an NDA, I could do that. I wouldn't be where I was if I blabbed. So thing is,
Can he afford you?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, he's got something like 320 medical patents.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Haven't talked directly to him. Well, that was my first question to our colleague. I said, does this guy know what he's getting himself in for here? And so I said, I'll look at it for free, but if he wants me to set foot on an airplane or start doing, some deep legwork, then it's going to start. The clock starts, And he said no. It's I'll tell you. I mean, and you and I, Jim, we're going to talk about this on your prospectors thing. Like the services of a guy like me, okay, up front, it's going to cost you a lot of money, but in the long run, it's going to save you a lot of money.
In the long run, it's worth it.
Make you a lot of money. So, the choice is yours.
Yep. Let me see if I can find guys. See if you know.
Maybe Stacy. Stacy.
Debo Gold. How you doing?
I need to go this way. Okay. That's why that came back
up.
Come on, YouTube. Should come up because this stuff's been coming up since I subscribed to his channel. He had an interesting guy on the video I watched last night. But, this always happens. Whenever I'm looking for something that I saw, it's not in my feed anymore. It takes forever to get it to come back around. This is it. Jim, have you ever heard of this guy named Nick Zenter?
Spell his last name?
Centner. Zentner. Nick Zentner. No. Never heard of him?
No.
He's in Washington, but he was doing a lot of stuff, talking about things to do with other guy. I'd have to pull the video up to. I'm going to say this guy, that guy, and I don't like to use a lot of pronouns.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had an interesting talk with this other guy about a lot of the stuff to do with a lot of the BC and almost middle part of Canada, and they were talking about the paleomagnetics and everything. Yeah, very, very interesting talk that he had with this guy that's been doing papers since like 1983, 1986 time frame. So he was talking to this guy named Richard, and they talking about the different terrains and whatever else, and they're trying to work with plate tectonics and things and try to see where else, how far back. But they mentioned several spots in Canada, and it's like, well, maybe Jim knows.
I'm sorry I missed that one. Yeah, it would have been neat to take part in that.
Yeah, so I don't know if he brings a whole lot of other people on like we're doing here, or if he just has like one main guest that he does at a time or not. But he's supposed to. He'll be online again tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's a teacher or what he is. I didn't get enough information. I just happened to catch they were talking about paleomagnetics and talking about how the things have changed and when the orogeny came, and brought in lift or anticline, the magnetic lines focus differently and such and whatever, and then to do with magma and whatever else, and recrystallization changed the magnetics and whatever. And it was like, man, this is doggone interesting.
Yeah.
I wished I could have more context for you, but that's all I can remember since that was like, early about mid-afternoon yesterday.
Okay.
So,
here's T-Rex in a Central Washington University professor. Yeah, it sounds like what you're into there. Yeah, he's probably head of the geology part. He'd be head and shoulders above me, but it'd be interesting chat anyway.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I found that so engaging just listening to them talk. I was just here like Shimon drools over cakes. I was just drooling over listening to what they were talking about. God. It was like, feed me more. So it was like really so to hear about
magnetics
this.
are a pretty powerful tool when you're doing any exploration work, really, for hard rock.
So, well,
Ned Singer?
I'm noticing a bunch of times that your email's on your about page, but I don't see it when I go on your page.
Really? Okay. It's rockbutcher@gmail.com. It's pretty simple.
It just has the link and that's it. But if I can get more context on that and the link to that video, I'll send it to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be cool.
What did you say?
rockbutcher@gmail.com.
That's easy. Okay. I'll look that up when I jump off here, and I'll shoot you that in an email so you can kind of have a better understanding of what I'm mentioning. But I think you understand. I think you understand. I at least remembered the name paleomagnetics.
Oh yeah.
Ned Zinger.
Head of geology at Ellensburg, Washington. Yeah.
Okay, so you did a search on his name?
No, Moto Mining just brought it up here. He's Moto Mining prospects off of out in BC, so he'd be aware of him.
Yeah, he knows him. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Let me try.
So yeah, my scale turned off now, but I was trying to say that got a 0.677 out of that paydirt bag when it was marked a half-gram paydirt bag.
0.677? That's nice.
Oh, here it is. I'm trying to find the guy's name, and I think it's okay, Jim. It was Churn Creek and Carmack's paleomagnetism with Randy Enkin.
In Carmack's.
The geologist guy that he was talking with that had papers out since like 86, 83 is Randy Enkin.
Gotcha.
So Randy, Enkin, Randy Enkin.
Yeah. So I first went to university in '86. So he would have done. He's well beyond me. I mean, he's probably at least 10, maybe 12 years older than me. Because if he was writing papers in '83, he would be out with his PhD.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I found which video it was, but yeah, at least there's a title too. So Turn Creek and Carmax. That's all the area they were talking about. So
Yeah.
I do remember they talked about being kind of near Whitehorse. I know Carmax is north of
Carmax
Whitehorse.
is up there. Yeah. So that would be really confusing. That geology, that mag maps up there would be a real dog's breakfast. Yeah. That's a geological term, by the way, dog's breakfast. Yeah, just in case.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that one. Dog.
Yeah.
Maybe they did say something about dog's breakfast in that between the two of them.
He probably did.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that you say that, I think they did mention.
Yeah. Yeah. When something's really seriously mixed up and crazy, it's like, oh my God. Yeah.
At least I'm glad I found the title to it. So
Yeah, cool.
I got you in that area.
Righto.
Yes, I usually like to be accurate, but sometimes if it's been a day ago, it's like hard to remember when I see a whole bunch of other things through the day.
Yeah, I deal pretty closely with a guy by the name of Pete Hollings, who's the chair of department here at Lakehead University, and I hire a bunch of his students every summer and stuff like that. And the contribution that those professors make to the industry, even just privately, like call them, pick up the phone, and they'll talk to you. Like call me, I'll talk to you for half an hour, whatever, and give you some ideas. And yeah, just for me, they're a huge resource that I use sometimes when I'm scratching my head. So
that's good. That's good. Real good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Joe flew off to somewhere.
Lost Joe. Yeah. Brad Welsh. G'day.
Oh, Brad Welsh.
No, I've missed a lot of chat. 67 comments behind.
Yeah, that's the other thing that comes in handy with being on the computer is because then you're next to the button. You can see your chat a lot better too.
That's why I'm screen. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the only way I can see it right now, or else it's such a tiny thing off to the side, and it's only like 3 names at a time. I can't keep up with chatting that way. So I'm thinking I'm going to get my laptop tomorrow, and that'll probably be a big help, especially when Mandy and I get ready to do my giveaway. Probably the 28th.
Big thing with picking out a computer. Make sure, because like the one that I have, it does not have an Ethernet port hardwire plug in your computer, like the laptop. Make sure you get one with an Ethernet.
The Ethernet port, so you can hardwire. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can hardline your computer into your internet, because otherwise you'll have issues like with mine, where sometimes my internet's being slow and
yeah, because for the time being,
another thing to think about, you also want to make sure that you have enough USB ports for like your webcam that you're going to have to get, because no laptop's camera is ever great quality.
Right.
The other thing that you would have to think about with that too is lighting. Like I have ring lights to use. They're like $12-15, depending on the size that you get.
Yeah, I already thought about those.
Just a few things that I'm letting you know. It's not a real quick process. There's other things that you'll have to get to make things a little bit easier and better for yourself.
Right.
But if you got questions, I'm more than willing to help out. And that goes for anybody in chat as well. My email's in my About Me section. You can contact me there.
Yep.
For anybody who's interested in geological channels, there's speaking of what T-Rep just mentioned there with the professor loading his stuff up on YouTube. That link I just put in there, Geology Upskill, it's an Australian professor, but he puts out these little, they're like, I don't think the longest one's 10 minutes long. But, you know, it's just short, to the point. And he does cover some stuff that you probably won't see in the U.S. because Australia is just a different beast. But there's lots of great content there if you're interested in looking.
That way,
why you saw something, you know.
Well, I just subscribe to the channel. I'll definitely check them out.
Oh yeah.
My knowledge or information or anything like that is worth absorbing. So.
Oh yeah. I mean,
what's up, man? How you doing?
Right at the top of his page, he's got a 3-minute video on the 20 golden rules of mineral exploration. So
cool, Mandy.
I'm going to take the wind right out of my sails when I go on. As if he could explain 20 in three minutes, and I'm not so sure I can do that. But at any rate,
I thought I had that sucker over here. Where is it? Ah, do I have it up there? I see your messages, Mandy. I can't respond to them at the minute, but that's cool that the phone will hold in that ring light that you're mentioning. So let me go to say one thing to our gold mining and prospecting community, and re-emphasize exactly what Rock Butcher just said.
Hey, Brad.
Geology. You don't have to go out there and become a PhD unless you really want to, but study something. Get into rock minerals, how geology works, whether you want to work with plate tectonics as well and all that too. Even if you just go and buy a few of this roadside geology series kind of books, you know, it's not going to teach you geology like a geology text will, but it's usually got pictures and photos.
Knowledge.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is the people go down the roads, these book authors, they've gone down the roads and they've looked at the different areas that they're crossing along the route, whether you're going down Route 66 or whatever road you're on, whatever state or country you're in. And they have surface geology maps usually, and they show you a lot of good information. So you don't have to be a geologist to be able to interpret a fault line or, you know, where a different contact zone is between 2 different types of rocks, 3 different types of rocks, road cuts. Road cuts are definitely a spot to go stop and take a look at because it'll have a differing geology sometimes than what your country rock is looking like, in, you know, when you're passing through mountainous areas.
Just for Pete's sakes, when you do that, make sure you pull far enough off the road.
Yes, because safety. People are not looking out for you.
What's up, Mary? How you doing, Marley?
Yeah, Brad, that'll be. And moto mining, if I ever get out to BC again in the near future, I'll give you a holler.
But yeah, do something, you know, get some geologic knowledge some way, somehow.
New videos. How you doing?
If you're really going to do this for more than just a hobbyist, if you're really in it to really get some gold for your effort and to do some cashing in, then get something that starts explaining some geology to you, and you won't be sorry to do it. You know, it'll only help and increase your knowledge and your ability to be a miner or a prospector. So, yeah, I 100% back up everything Jim would say.
Yeah. I know in our province they put out geological road maps as well, and the Ontario Geological Survey they have a whole series of highway field trips where, you know, stop 1, 2, 3, stop 2 is 2.4 miles after stop 1. Look for this. And so I'm sure that other provinces and states do that as well.
Yeah, there's some of them you got to kind of look for. So it might take a little bit of searching on a couple of them here and there, but yeah, absolutely. You know, you get a travel log, or whatever. You get a certain kind of person that's worked on a paper, and they've got a road log thing to follow and drive and see terrain A has this and this, and here 3 miles down, you'll see where the catastrophic flood happened when the ice dam gave way, and that's why you see.
It's pretty cool.
That's why you see these house-sized boulders just short before Buena Vista. Because we had that happen here a couple of times over, up in the upper San Luis Valley there. Had a ice age damming of a river several times over.
Yeah.
Find house-sized boulders almost near down towards Buena Vista. And because once the ice dams from these 3 glaciers that blocked everything up, really it was only 2 glaciers that did the complete blocking, but there's a 3rd glacier in that succession. Eventually warmed up and poof, gave way.
That would have been something to see from a helicopter.
I tell you what, if there's any I want, if there's anything that anybody can build for me, much less me myself, time machine.
Yeah.
Time machine. And one that can go backwards in time, not forward. Not necessarily. I'm not worried about the future. I want to go back to the past.
Yeah.
I want to see these different events and these different happenings. The different gold rushes when they first started. We'd be rich.
Joe, your mic's muted, eh?
Especially since we know like coordinates, GPS, and exact locations of where this stuff was found throughout history.
Yeah.
You go back and make a huge profit.
Yeah, I might go shoot a pen on Rabbit Creek early in April rather than letting Skookum Jim and the rest of them get there in May.
Exactly. I go make friends with that chief first.
Yeah.
Why do you have this? Why do you have this doggone basin right up here at 3,000, 5,000 foot mountains, and it rains all the damn time? Speaking specifically of Juneau, was at Silverbow Basin. Yeah.
I was talking about Bonanza Creek in the Yukon at Klondike.
Oh, I'm sure you were.
It used to be called Rabbit Creek. That's why I used the original.
I went to Juneau 5.5 years ago with the intent to get up to Silverbow Basin and do a lot of prospecting and everything and check out the terrain. And I went the week after the summer solstice. I think it was pretty fair to say. Now the Washington people might get mad at me, but guys that are near and around Seattle and all that, I'm sorry, but I think Juneau is more rainy than you guys in Seattle, because the 10 days I was there, I only had 1 day and a quarter that it did not rain. And we're talking mountains that have a very steep profile like my arm, going up to 3,000 and 5,000 feet. And I tried to go to Nugget Creek over there by Mendenhall Glacier. And man, that water is just shooting out into Mendenhall Lake with only 5.5 days of rain between that day it didn't rain to the quarter day where I finally went to go see the glacier. And boy, has that glacier retreated.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But
I remember standing on an outcrop beside a river in Quebec one time, and that river was ripping. And it wasn't that wide. It was maybe only about 25 yards across at that point. But I could feel in the soles of my feet boulders clashing against each other on the bed of the river. Like you could feel it. Bonk, 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 crunch, crunch, crunch. It was...
about that on Flash and Pans thing last night when he was on there with them. They were asking him about that, and he's like, "Oh man, with that Russian water, all you hear is clunk, 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 clunk."
Yeah. I'm sure you could feel it too, because being underwater, that shockwave would travel through the water. Boom, boom, boom,
yep.
Like standing in front of a speaker.
They're crazy to be doing it at that gradient, but I understand why they're doing it. So I guess I would try it too. I don't know, but that is pretty dangerous. That's a steep gradient, and water has no choice, and rocks and boulders have no choice but to
They're along for the ride. Yep.
go downward. Just better hope your hole's good enough for it not to hit you. But yeah, I'm not going to make the mistake of going back to Juneau. It's just too much rain. I didn't have enough time with enough of a open window time frame to avoid it. I think somebody there said that there's only one point in the summer where it does not rain for 2 weeks straight, and then all the rains come back until another year.
Yeah.
Of 2 year that 2 week window. So I can't do nothing in Juneau. So I'm shifting gears, and when I go back to Alaska, hopefully, if not this year, the next, I'm going to Fairbanks.
Right on. Yeah, Reg, that I imagine the Fraser would move them along too. That'd be something to hear. Must have taken you a couple minutes to figure out what the heck you were hearing.
I hear the Fraser and the Columbia are some real fast rivers.
T-Rep looks like he's going to go up there and mine with 406. It's going to be an adventure. Just don't let him throw rocks at those little birds.
He's only hunting for snipes, Joe.
Well, dinner's dinner.
This wasn't a snipe.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting up there and go see Stacy in his area and what he's seeing there in that part of the Rockies, or much less getting up to where Kevin Rose is. I know they're a little bit apart.
Kevin's right on the other side of the mountain range there, where we were. Yeah.
Kevin said
not too far. He was supposed to show up, but he got hung up doing something. Something happened.
Take care, T's hobbies and things. Have a great night.
What I'd also like to go see if I get into Montana is I'd like to go see Glacier National Park. They say, what is that? There's that one particular road name, Highway to the Sun or something like that. It's supposed to be one of the most beautiful drives that you can experience.
Yeah.
Something. It's got a particular name like that. It's something like that. And yeah, I mean, Glacier National Park just looks awesome. I'd love to go and check out all that because I didn't really have enough time to go and explore the other glacier areas that I wanted to when I was in Juneau. I had more on my plate to go to than just Nugget Creek and Mendenhall Glacier. I wanted to go to Exit Glacier and a few other, I don't know if Exit's there. I might have missaid that one. There's 2 glaciers that were further up north of Juneau, and there was a couple down south of Juneau, but you gotta go around this bend and kind of go into this little bay. There was a glacier there. I wanted to go and check all those out, but with all that rain, and I had gotten a thumb size blister, the size of my thumb here, on the bottom of my heel from my boot. So that stopped me in a lot of my tracks as well too. So I just couldn't do nothing. That was 10 days kind of wasted, So I really didn't get any prospecting done, and I didn't even get into the Alaska Juneau mine, and I could have at least done that.
What did you do? Buy new boots for your trip?
Actually, these were older set of boots that some of the boots I had from Germany when I went over to Germany. So it's been so long since I had worn them, and I had the mistake of having cotton socks on instead of wool socks, and
there you go.
Just did this number and rubbed it to a blister. So I had to stay in a hotel room and recover a couple of days until I could actually walk back on it without any problems.
Wow.
And it was 10 days of just being in a hotel more than anything else, because man, rain, and it wasn't coming down heavy, but it was just consistently coming down. You just can't do nothing with that. You can't prospect with that.
No.
I only had one stretch of Gold Creek that I went along, because Gold Creek comes through the center of downtown Juneau. And when you get up on the hillside just a little bit, it's got this nice area, and I don't know if it's mica schist or if it's. I don't think it's basalts. I don't want to say that it was shale because shale doesn't hold quartz vein stringers like this, but it was just really interesting. I mean, it was numerous. It was just and then
Explore Norfolk.
it
Is
was
that
a whole
Norfolk,
bunch,
Virginia?
and then there was a couple of thicker ones, and then it went back to a whole bunch of smaller ones. But to see that right there from the hillside and into the creek itself, and the creek is just coming right over that whole part of rock, and I'm like, oh my God, stringers and bedrock. And I can't access it because the water's ripping and everything's wet and slippery. And it's like, dang it, Juneau's a bust. So if anybody's got plans to go and prospect Juneau, Alaska, unless you got somebody like Ray Rousseau who has been there and he goes out on the tidal flats, I would not recommend going to Juneau unless you're prepared to handle rainy weather, consistently rainy weather. It's not for me.
Well, the way that I look at it is the gold's already wet, so.
Yeah, but it's hard to access.
You're not doing it right.
It's hard to access stuff on slopes like this.
Yeah. When the water's doing 100 mile an hour. Yeah.
Oh,
and
UK. Okay, got it.
Norfolk, UK. Yeah.
I lived in Norfolk, Virginia for a while when I was in the military. That's why I thought, but him saying good morning, I guess it couldn't be Virginia. Norfolk, UK. Okay.
Now, right now, morning's over there in Asia right now.
Yep.
Blistering Barnacles is in Nottingham? I didn't know that. Another one from over across the pond.
Blistering Barnacles.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
I thought he was some. Okay, I didn't know where. Yeah, I knew he was over across the pond. I usually say hello to him a lot, and he's in a lot of the different live streams.
Yeah, I've seen him, but I didn't think he was from across over there. That's cool, man.
Yeah, you would think that it seems like it's somewhere in our part of the world. But yeah, no, he's over there.
Well, I've seen there's a lot of videos that come out of I guess England. There's this one guy who goes traveling all around Northern Europe over there in Norway and Holland and stuff like that, throwing the magnets in the canals, coming up with all kinds of stuff. So that must be fun. I'm just about to get into it. As soon as the spring comes, I'll be getting into my magnet fishing over here.
Yeah, you gotta do. You throwing it out.
I just wanted to say, if anybody wants to jump up, hang out, chat with us, we can just click that link up at the top of chat there. Either Joe, Rock Butcher, or myself will be able to let you in, and you'll be able to come up on panel and talk with us. We're getting down to the end of the night. We have 10 minutes left before we end up calling it a night. You're more than welcome to come up and join us. And then if you want to, you can hit the stage after for the next tab over there. And you can ask us more questions and stuff there, or just hang out and chit chat and tell us what you're doing and what's going on. And we'll go from there.
I'm going to be getting ready to.
Just to let Moto know, my wife painted that. She gave it to me for Christmas. That eagle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a stunning painting.
Yeah, if anybody else wants to come up, because I'm about to go. Surprised my throat isn't worse off than what it was earlier. So I really don't have much else to really chat on about. I got to sit here and think about how I want to do my giveaways coming up weekend after next. And I guess I might as well put a plug before I do go. If you guys haven't already, I mentioned it in the live I did earlier today, but I've got several other channels. One I really want to start getting known out there is a Prospector's Eye podcast. I have my pilot episode up already. I did that however many days ago. It's an hour long, but I talk about how I'm putting it together, the format, how I'm going to have different guests coming up at times. I'm going to have recurring guests, and at times we'll also delve off from the prospector or geology direction, and once in a while go over to a different niche like metal detecting or magnet fishing or whatever, because truly everything that we all do is under the bigger umbrella of adventure and treasure hunting. And it's really nice to see that there's these other niches that, yeah, this guy doesn't go panning, but he goes hunting by throwing a magnet into the creeks and the rivers and lakes and whatever. And what in the heck got you started in that? Once in a while it'd be good to bring a different perspective in, because it's still prospecting in its way. It's not necessarily prospecting for gold or other minerals, but in a sense, it's still prospecting, just like a salesperson. He goes prospecting for clients, so he figures out how to advertise or what to advertise. So, we're going to kind of, switch it around a little bit from time to time, but, I intend to try to do it probably bi-weekly or tri-weekly. I'll figure that out at a different point, but I don't want to do too many at a time, because it'll take away from what I'm doing with the other stuff I do in general. And, over the course of a year, we'll have enough episodes built up, then I'll all of a sudden have 12 episodes up. So, once in a while, Rock Butcher will be there. We'll talk about, specific geology kind of stuff if we settle on a particular topic to cover. And I don't want to make the format terribly long. I want to keep the majority of the content within about a 45-minute talk, and then open it up for somebody that will jump up on the panel for about 30 minutes and ask questions, and then end it there. So it should not run more than about an hour and 15, hour and a half at tops. And I think that will keep it nice. It'll keep it controlled, and it'll keep people wanting to come back and see more. And we'll figure things out.
Jim, Muckrake wanted you to drop your link. Can you drop your link in the
at this second, I
Already
cannot.
on it.
But if you,
I just did it.
Thank you. If you go to any of my YouTube channels, most people know the Asakura Mining one. That's the one I'm usually on the most. All of my other channels are interlinked to and from each other from that page. So it's easy to navigate to get to the others. But that one, the one I'm talking about in specificity right now, is a Prospector's Eye podcast. And I think it'll really be very interesting, especially if I bring Rock Butcher on, or once in a while I'll bring Calvin on, because Calvin has, prospecting and mining experience as far as a hobbyist, though he's got a PhD in physics. So the thing with Calvin is I got to be able to turn him off. So, sometimes it's hard to turn Mr. Peabody off when you're already approaching 45 minutes to an hour long on just one particular thing. So I want to keep the everything controlled. I don't want to do 2 and 3 hour streams, because I don't want to chew up space and bandwidth so much. And Coining Around had a stream going on last night. I think you mentioned that, or somebody here mentioned that. I was thinking maybe it was Joe or whoever. Irregardless, they say they do their streams for 8 hours. And I'm like, oh man, that's almost like having a job. I can't fathom somebody doing an 8-hour stream. So it's bad enough the duck race went on for 4 hours.
I've seen that 4-hour duck race.
Oh, my duck needs to be more than.
Jump in real quick and say something.
Go ahead.
And you was a little heavy. I'm talking to Brewers in chat right now. You should actually go up and hit that link real quick if you want to. We're getting ready to pretty much call it a night anyway.
Oh, got you.
We've got.
So yeah, that's all I can say about it. Go check that out. and we'll bring them other channels out, because when my other channels hit those benchmarks, 100, 250, and so on, like we have done with Asakura Mining, there's going to be giveaways for that as well too. So go subscribe to the other stuff too. I'm done.
Yeah,
So appreciate
if he wants to jump up, hang out with us backstage. This is now the time to do it. We're getting ready to call it a night. I want to say thanks to everybody that came and joined us tonight. The 27 awesome people in chat. Really appreciate everybody stopping by. Remember to smash that thumbs up and leave a comment. It really helps promote the channel, get us out there, puts us in more people's feeds,
and go
and that comes into the channel to grow. So, thanks again, and here's the outro.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, take care, everybody. Good to see you.
See you on the next ones.
Let's go, Rangers. Yay.